the collapse in fuel prices, oil prices also. Devastating to Vladimir Putin. Less money for him to spend on a war that he's already losing.
And to that now, the latest from Ukraine, where Russian forces continue to strike key infrastructure facilities in order to knock out heat and power sources as winter continues. Ukrainian President Zelensky warned during a video address yesterday that this week will present further challenges to the nation's power grid ahead of even more missile strikes. Joining us now, the former president of Ukraine, Petro Poroshenko. We thank you very much for joining us once again on the show. If you can tell us more about what is expected in terms of those missile strikes and the efforts to try and get power to as many people as possible.
First of all, thank you very much indeed for your invitation. Second, please don't be mistaken, because we have a power grid for the last 278 days and maybe 8.5 years. I want to remind you that in Avdiivka, under minus 30 degrees, we have no heat, no electricity, no gas for the for 30,000 people city. And today, in my house, I don't have an electricity for the 22 hours from 24. And we have now no electricity in Kiev, you see. We have just a small generator who generating the light for our communication. And the temperature is minus, and we have a snow on the streets. And but the main message is we do not trade our freedom, our democracy for electricity, for oil, for gas, for heating. And this is just a demonstrating the real face of Putin. Russia is a terroristic state, and we're waiting that American Congress will make the necessary resolution. The point number two is that our hospital, our kindergarten, our school are now keeping on generator, and we definitely and urgently need the converter, we need the generator, and we need spare parts to repair our system. But at the same time, I'm telling that because I was 2 days in Washington from Kiev and back, and my message was, together with the spare parts for our electricity system, we definitely need an air defense, because we know that Russia has a new cruise missiles in the Black Sea, on the Russian territory, on Belarusian territory, and the very next moment, while the spare parts appeared to renew the electricity supply, that would be a Russian cruise missile. We do not afraid that even mobilize us. We are more decisive, but together with the air defense, we do not give any tiny chance to the crazy maniac Putin to make a pressure on Ukraine, on Europe, on the whole democratic world, to our freedom.
President Poroshenko, President Zelensky just in recent days said he believes this next week or two could be among the most dangerous of the war, that Russia is preparing new strikes, terrorizing in particular civilian targets. What right now does the Ukrainian military need from its allies, who themselves have economic concerns, have constraints, but are still supplying weapons? What do you need at this minute as a cold winter sets in?
Point number one, we need air defense. Point number two, we need ammunition for our artillery, because this is absolutely new and different type of the war. This is the war of artillery, this is the war of drone, this is the war of the Air Force. That's why point number three, we need a jet fighter. This is the defensive weapons. We just not allow Russia to dominate in our airspace. And we need, for the artillery, we need a long range, very high accuracy ammunition. And that's I ask and I welcome in the statement of Boeing Corporation that they are capable to supply us the artillery weapons with a range for about 100 miles. And we demonstrate that the Ukrainian soldiers is extremely efficient of using that. This is not for attacking Russian territory. This is just to destroy Russian logistics, to destroy Russian ammunition storage, to destroy Russian commanding points, and through Russian away from Ukrainian soil, from Ukrainian sovereign and independent country. Together with the whole world, we feel the strong shoulder of our allies, our friends from United States, from UK, from the all NATO member states. And on behalf of the Ukrainian people, and which is more important, on behalf of the Ukrainian soldiers, I want to thank you for the extremely efficient cooperation during this war.
All right. The former president of Ukraine, Petro Poroshenko, thank you very much for being on this morning.